Hi, how's everybody doing today? This is Sean, and I'm here with a video to expose Joe Biden as the sociopath that he is. This man put together a crime bill in 1994 for the sole purpose to incarcerate black people and poor white people. And they are millions and millions of people have been put in jail for possession of crack and possession of marijuana for nonviolent crimes. Most of these people were just walking down. A lot of these people were walking down the street, and they get shaken down, and they got a joint on them, or they got some crack on them, or whatever the case might be. I don't condone drug using at all, but I do believe that if people want to do whatever they want to do with their bodies, as far as take drugs and do things, that's up to them. That's not up to us. If they want help, we should help them. There should be facilities to help people get off drugs, to rehabilitate them and make them productive citizens in our society. You don't put a person who has addictions into prisons with felons and criminals and murderers like this guy did. And everybody that voted for this fucking asshole is a complete traitor to the country, and they voted for a sociopath. And this is the him losing his mind and having dementia and Alzheimer's is punishment to let everybody know this guy is evil. His son is evil. They do evil things with kids. There's a laptop out there with Hunter smoking crack, weighing crack, doing all kinds of stuff that this man would have put your son or your daughter in prison under the guidelines of protecting you. And this is exactly why we need to get the federal government out of our states, and we need to abolish the federal government. It is nothing but a crime syndicate. It is run by the most corrupt and evil people ever to step foot on this earth. They do nothing to help anybody. They're in there to make money. And listen to what he has to say in 1994.
Crime stream for the first time, that they should be diverted from the system. So I hope this crime bill, when it passes, the Biden-Hatch crime bill, as it becomes law, God willing, I hope that we will have ended once and for all this notion that is a hangover from the 60s, that somehow Democrats are weak on crime and Democratic presidents are weak on crime and Republicans are tough on crime. The truth is, every major crime bill since 1976 that's come out of this Congress, every minor crime bill has had the name of the Democratic senator from the state of Delaware, Joe Biden, on that bill, and has had a majority votes of the Democratic members of the United States Senate on the bill.
Now, when you look this up, the 1994 crime bill by Joe Biden, and he refers to Thurman. Thurman was I think he was in Congress for like 60 years. He was a racist. He actually owned slaves. He had an affair with his slaves and had children with children with them and stuff. And he was one of the most evil son of a bitches ever to hold office as a congressperson and then as a senator. This man here was taught by those racists. They're part of the KKK. The Democrats started the KKK. They started it in Nebraska. Their main purpose was to attack the Republican Party and to attack black people from voting. They didn't want people of color voting. They didn't want people of color to have anything. There were communities built in the late 1900s with black people, black communities that flourished. They were very successful business people. People were going to college. And I'm not just sitting there saying about black and white, but everybody wants to talk about BLM. They want to talk about stuff. I think as a society, every person should help each other out, no matter what color they are, no matter what creed they are, no matter where they're from. You don't put people that are addicted to drugs into prisons. You help them get themselves back on their feet like they do in Portugal and in Spain and other countries like that. They have laws where if you are convicted of crimes, you do a crime because you're addicted to drugs, you have the ability to get rehabilitated, and it's very successful. The people that go into these treatments come out out, they become productive citizens, they go to college, they're not incorporated into a system that's going to teach them how to be a criminal. This guy is gloating. He's so happy that he found a way to get black people out of their neighborhoods and put them in prison. That's the whole purpose of this. It wasn't to help the society. It wasn't to help people. I'm worried about my mother being robbed by these people. I'm worried about my kids being robbed and my wife being attacked and all that shit. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's not the truth. The fact of the matter is, he doesn't like people of color. He even said when he was running for president that you were going to be put back in chains, and you folks still voted for him. So you have, this is the result of it. You have a sociopathic person that is in office and have power, unlimited amounts of power to do whatever he wants to do. And it doesn't matter if they're Republican or Democrats. The system is corrupt and broken beyond repair. These are criminals we have in office. They are running our government like a mafia type stuff. And if what they'll do is they pass laws for people that are against people who are poor, or people that try to push back on any of this stuff that they're trying to push to control your society and to put your family members in jail because they are sick. But yet this man has a son, Hunter Biden, that's out there smoking crack on camera, out there weighing crack on camera, and I am going to show you part of that in a minute. I just want you to go and research yourself. Go to the 1994 Biden laws, and you'll see this man talking about how great it is to put innocent people in prison with criminals that are killers and murderers and real bad people to learn how to be a criminal themselves. So you can go in there for like a DUI or something like that, and you're surrounded by all these villains that will sit there. All they do is talk about how to commit crimes and how that, they'll teach you how to do it by just being there. I have never been in prison, but I've met a lot of my friends, over the years that's worked restaurant jobs and had other jobs. They have told me about things that are going on. I've lost my friends to drug addictions. I've lost my friends that have been incarcerated because they had possession of crack cocaine. I've had a friend of mine, arrested because they had a joint in their pocket. This stuff is ridiculous. It's inhumane, and it's not civilized. No civilized country incarcerates their people at this rate. This is all a money scheme, money laundering. These senators make hundreds of millions of dollars off of these prisons, and they pass these laws so their criminal friends can put innocent people in prison when they're the ones that should be in prison. Let's listen to more of this fucking scumbag.
So one of the things I want to do in addition to end the crime is end the political carnage that goes on when we talk about crime. Crime is not Democrat or Republican. Making the streets safe is not a Democratic or Republican issue. This is one of those issues I hope this passage of this bill will be taken out of the gridlock category and moved into an emerging consensus. And the consensus is as follows, and I will cease when I finish this statement. The consensus is A, we must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street.
They must be taken off the street, except Hunter Biden isn't taken off the street. Hunter Biden is doing whatever he wants to do. And let's say, for instance, that we, as a society, demand the arrest of his son and anybody else that's affiliated with this animal. He would pardon his son. So it doesn't matter if he gets arrested or not. That's what people are missing the point. He's the president of the United States. He will pardon his son. That guy can go out and shoot somebody in broad daylight and get away with it because his dad is a senile, sociopathic animal that is the same way as his son. He is a spitting image of his dad. That is why he idolizes him so much. His father and Hunter are the same peas in the same pod. Okay, these people are evil. They are. You can't even fathom the evil stuff that's in their heart. This man's molested his own daughter. She's on Twitter releasing her diaries out there. Hunter's laptop is full of information that any other president would have been impeached, along with the vice president and the House Speaker. All three of them should be removed from office immediately and replaced with people that are going to help our country. Not make money off the stock market, not make money off of putting black people and poor white people in prison. These people need to be removed immediately, and they need to be held accountable for the same things that they're telling you. I don't care how they ended up that way, he said. I don't care that they're sick. I don't care what's going on in their life. I don't care that the federal government is responsible for this shit. I don't care that the CIA is the one that's putting crack cocaine in our society back then and having these drug dealers sell it. I don't care. I want them in prison because I make money off of it. And I make money off these laws. So let's take a look at what Hunter's up to so we can compare what he's telling you he's going to do to your family and do to your friends and anybody else that breaks these laws. But let's see what he does with Hunter Biden.
So I just laid out the bag.
Now this guy's weighing crack on his video. First of all, what person video records themselves with this type of criminality? A person who knows they'll never go to jail for it. That's why. That's what's up.
According.
This is the face of evil. This is the face of evil. And his dad is exactly like him. The apple don't fall far from the tree. Now, as you just heard earlier in this video, Joe Biden wanted to arrest every person that had a piece of crack the size of a quarter for 5 years in prison. Now, is his son going to do any time? Is he going to go into any type of criminal charges being put against him? No, because he is an elite. And that's the problem with the federal government. It is not a government for the people any longer. It needs to be abolished, and we need every one of these people out of office. Every congressperson, every senator, they all need to be replaced. The president needs to be impeached immediately, and we need to have people in this country that care about the American citizens. If I was president, it would only take me less than a year to sort this out, because I would send the army to the Congress and I would arrest these people and let the military sort this out, because this is not fair to all the people that want to abide by laws that were put on these books, even these unconstitutional laws like sticking people in prison for drinking and driving when they actually have an addiction to alcohol, or setting someone in prison because they're smoking crack when they have an addiction and they need help. Every other civilized country gives their citizens treatment. They don't put them in prison and stick them in jail for 5-6 years and ruin their lives and ruin their families' lives when these elites are allowed to do whatever they want to. This guy don't even blink his damn eyes. Look at him. It's totally evil. You will never meet any evil as much. You'll never come across the evil that we have in this society right now. Our government is broken and corrupt beyond repair. We have people that have been in office for 40 and 50 years, and nobody wants to do anything. If you don't stand up to this, we are going to end up like Sri Lanka, and our country's going to fold and break, and there's going to be riots, and there's going to be awful shit going on in our society, and innocent people are going to die over this. So it's time to push back on this. We demand justice. If you're going to put other people in jail, Hunter needs to be put in jail, even though what's going to happen is Joe is going to pardon him, and that's why no criminal charges have been put against Hunter. So you have to remove Joe from office so the law can work properly. If it doesn't work properly for the rich, then it doesn't work properly for the poor. And if the laws are broken and corrupt, then you can't use them, and no one's going to go buy them, and we're going to have anarchy. Thank you for watching. Please let me know what you think. I will be making more videos exposing this crime family, and I hope to help people. So thank you, and God bless everybody here.